Hi boys and girls, it's Rosa here from the Boys and Girls Club. Today I'm going to show you a few basketball skills you can work on at home. All you need is a little bit of space. Today I'm using my garage and ideally a basketball, but really any ball that you can bounce on a hard surface. So stay tuned and get ready to learn. All right boys and girls, so our first skill is going to work on our ball handling and our ball control. So at first we're just going to do 3 separate movements. We're going to dribble standing up in an athletic stance. Then we're going to try dribbling on our knees, and then we're going to try dribbling when we're seated on the floor. Next, to make it more difficult, we're going to try to do this all in one progression, from standing up to our knees to seated. So it looks like this. First skill, in an athletic stance, knees are bent, chest is up. I'm just going to dribble like this. Good. Then I'm going to try dribbling on my knees. Good, and then I'm going to try dribbling while I'm seated, like this. Okay, now we're going to see if we can put that all together. If we can go from standing up to sitting down. So here we go. Dribble. Knees. I'm going to try to sit down. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can get back up. Alright, so a few things to remember when doing this drill. Remember to keep your chest up, your knees bent, and always try to keep your eyes looking forward. So our second skill we're going to learn today is our front pivot. Why is it so important to learn how to front pivot? Well, if I was dribbling, I stopped. Now all I can do is either shoot or pass. I no longer can continue to dribble and walk around because that will give me a travel, and we don't want that. So the most important thing to remember in pivoting, both front and reverse pivots, is you need to keep one foot planted. So I'm going to keep my left foot, which is my non-dominant foot, I can keep that glued to the floor. I can no longer move this leg. This leg is going to allow me to have a range of motion to decide where I want to pass the ball or if I want to shoot it. Okay, so remember, one foot is glued down to the ground, the other one is going to allow you to find that open pass. So our front pivot, you're going to keep your non-dominant foot glued down to the ground, which is my left foot. You're going to stand in your athletic position. I most comfortably keep the ball in this triple threat position, which is on my hip, and I'm going to pivot following my toe, okay? So following my toe, or if it's easier for you to remember, following the direction of your nose, okay? So here, I'll stand this way so it's easier to see. This leg's glued to the ground. I'm going to follow my nose, and I'm going to do a 180 front pivot. Okay, my one leg stayed to the ground, my other one turned. I'll do it again, and this time I'm going to bring the ball around my head. Okay, and one more time. This leg's glued. I'm in my athletic stance. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, there's your front pivot. You probably guessed it. Our third skill is going to be a reverse pivot. So this time, we're going to be following our heels or our bums, whatever is easier for you to remember. So, same skills apply. We're going to glue down one of our feet, and we're going to use the other one to pivot. So, in a reverse pivot, we're going to do the same thing. Athletic stance, one leg is glued down. The ball can be on your hip, or you can decide to bring it up or down. And I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to follow my bum or my heel. Okay? You see that? So front, if I'm going facing my toe this way, going like this. Reverse, I'm going to follow my heel. All right, boys and girls, for drill number 4, we are going to work again on our ball handling and our ball control. So what you're going to need for this one is just a chair of any type. You're going to want to sit right on the edge of it because we want to create a gap where I can pass the ball through. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pass the ball through under my legs, and then I'm going to catch it. So it should look something like this. Okay? If that's too hard for you, just start doing this. That'll get your comfortability level up. So just start doing this. Remember, try to keep your eyes up. If you need to sometimes look at the ball, that's no problem. It's gonna help. So if you need a little bit more work, start with this. And then if that's too easy, you can start passing the ball through your leg, like this. Okay? And then you can do the same thing with your left hand. So that's gonna be a lot more difficult for me, because I've always been a lot more comfortable with my right hand. So I'm gonna start off by passing the ball with my left hand through my legs, and then I'm gonna try to do it with my left hand. Woo! See? We all need some practice. All right, boys and girls, thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something with the 4 drills and skills that I taught you guys today. If you end up trying them, let me know. I want to see how you guys do. And I hope everyone's staying safe, happy, and healthy. See you next time.